Isn't it funny, Jay, that every time a new Marvel movie comes around, we go through the same cycle over and over and over again? Wow, social media reactions are great for this movie. It's the best Marvel movie since the last Marvel movie. And then opening weekend comes out and it's incredibly disappointing. Yet the media still tries to portray it as a great opening weekend. And then several weeks later, we start getting different articles that say, wow, whatever happened to this? Well, this doesn't look very good. This is an unfortunate record for whatever the newest Marvel project is. Well, we have now hit that spot in the news cycle. Marvel's Thunderbolts heading for unwanted box office record despite rave reviews. Well, why is that? It's because after multiple weekends of release and now some big competition releasing, Thunderbolts is still tracking behind Captain America Brave New World, and it looks like it's going to remain there. Thunderbolts crosses the 350 million mark at the global box office, but has legs terminated by competition and won't reach $400 million after grossing just 5.6 on the fourth weekend overseas versus Captain America 4's $9.2 million on its fourth weekend. With an $180 million production price tag, not including the $100 million in marketing, the new Avengers is now eyeing a $380 to $390 million run. And that's pretty consistent with other things. Despite Thunderbolts reviews on fire, the fourth weekend still below Captain America 4, and the finale seems to be less than $385 million. Why is this so bad, Jay? Well, one, because it loses money. Yeah. But say this thing ends at $385 million. You want to know how bad that would be? Let's put it in perspective, shall we? A list of all the MCU movies that have come out. Ones that made over $1 billion, $2 billion, all that stuff. Let's go all the way down here. Let's look at the lowest grossing ones of all time. The Marvels, $200 million. Biggest flop in history. We understand that, blah, blah, blah. Incredible Hulk, released in 2008, $265 million. If you factored in inflation, that would be $400 million today. Thunderbolts there, still going along. Captain America First Avenger, released in 2011, $370 million. That would be upwards of $500 million if you adjust that in for inflation. Black Widow, $380. Will inflation factor in too much from something 4 years ago? A little bit. I'm sure it would bump it up around there to 400. But more importantly, Black Widow was also released on Disney Plus on the same fucking day. And then you go up to Eternals at $400 million. So if this thing makes $385 million, it will be the lowest grossing Marvel movie at the box office with the exception of Marvel's all time. Wow. The second lowest grossing of all time in history. This is the movie that people were pretending was going to be this massive success and prove the haters wrong and all this stuff. And like clockwork, a couple weeks down the line, here's the reality. What an embarrassment.
I don't understand why these people that keep pumping out these movies still get work, knowing that the bar graph is heading in the wrong direction and people just have been burned out from horrible superhero movies. They just don't care. Plus, I'm sure though, Ryan, I'm sure what we're going to see is once it hits streaming, the numbers will change and say, hey, look, we made more money when it came on to streaming, or maybe it's the #1 streamed movie on Disney Plus. They'll spin it somehow to make it look like it's been successful, that people are enjoying it, that people want to go see it. So, and that Fantastic Four, it's like you're not really building up hype, man. If the last couple of movies that came out just doing terrible, then here we go right into Fantastic Four. I don't know, man. I'm with you. I got my money on the dinosaurs for July. I think that's gonna reign. They're gonna rule the box office yet again.
It's just wild because we sit here and we talk about what the media is going to do, what they're going to say, how they're going to be wrong, and how it's going to change. And now here we are, literally like clockwork. And now we're starting to see the articles about the unfortunate reality of the Thunderbolts. And look, I think that Thunderbolts is a better movie than Captain America Brave New World. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good movie. I don't think people particularly care about the vast majority of the main cast and crew of this movie. They pulled the name change to try to maybe as a marketing ploy to get people excited, stuff like that. None of it's worked. It's going to go on record as the second lowest grossing movie in the history of the MCU when adjusted for inflation. And even when you don't, still one of the worst they've ever had. And it will lose money.
How are they going to do this, like, moving forward? Is it going to be like the new Avengers versus the Avengers that Captain America makes? Or is he just going to absorb them all into his crew? And then that's who the Avengers are going to be? How are they going to play this out? How's this going to work?
They're going to fight about it.
And then they're going to fight. And then people are going to be like, wait, they're the Avengers? I didn't know. Yeah, because we didn't go watch the film. We don't care. That's how it is.
Sam Wilson's going to sue them.
That's right. And he's going to be in court with Bucky, the congressman.
Sam Wilson didn't have good enough credit to get a fucking loan, but he's going to hire a superstar lawyer. I don't know. Maybe that's what we'll see. But get ready for Fantastic Four.
Good job.